If you can dream it, we can plan it. Oh, where do you want to go? Just let me know. Magic moments, far off oceans. We're chasing sunsets, chasing hope. Pack your bags, we'll handle the rest. With dreams and destinations, we're chasing the best. Your imagination, our inspiration. We'll take you coast to coast, no hesitation. Like dreams and destinations. Oh, oh, oh.
Hello and welcome to Dreams and Destinations, a travel podcast brought to you by the agents of A Dream and a Wish Travel Co. I'm your host, Ashlyn, aka the Duchess of Disney. And y'all already know, that I am joined by our other host, the lady who collects Disney snacks from her club level resort stays like she's on an episode of Hoarders. It's your girl, Travel with Liz.
You know, I'm a little offended by that because
Please.
I took all my snacks and I neatly organized them in my pantry by variety, by size, and I even made a little shelf on the bottom for Miss Q so she can come grab whatever she wants like she's still in the club level and girl is loving her life.
You did. Let me clarify. An episode of a very, very organized
There you go.
hoarder.
I say like more extreme couponer. I feel like that's the vibe I'm giving off. Like I have a binder of what all my snacks are.
Right. It's still a little wackadoodle, but it's very organized chaos.
Yes, I love it. How's your week been, Ash?
My week's been okay. It's just been, I don't know. I feel like the end of May was a really long month. May was-
Maysember.
Yeah. There was so much happening in May. I feel like I need a breather. I need a vacation. I do have a vacation coming up, and that's going to be nice because I just feel like I need a break. I need a break.
Did you ever make it to the ranch?
I didn't make it to the ranch.
Oh.
I was supposed to go to the ranch. I've been having cluster headaches, and your girl was down for the count.
Yeah, that's not where you want to be with a bunch of horses and all that when your head hurts.
So I wanted to be in my bed with all of the lights off, just like living my Morticia Adams life in the dark.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm
What about
getting
you? How's your week?
that. It was really good. So we got to go back to Busch Gardens, which I know I
That's
kind of
right.
yeah. So Busch Gardens launched their summer nights, which they do every summer. Typically, they close at 6 p.m., which I didn't know that until the first time I went to Busch Gardens. They close at 6 p.m. pretty consistently through the year. But in the summer, they stay open till 9 or 10 o'clock. And they do all these like nighttime things. So they had little DJ dance parties, which you know my girl loves a DJ dance party. So she was vibing. You get to ride all the coasters in the dark, which I must say, if you're a coaster girly, don't sleep on Busch Gardens because, oh man, I only rode a couple. We weren't there very long. I only rode a couple, but my heart was like in my throat. They
Yeah.
were fast, but they were fun. I was probably the oldest person on every single one because it was a bunch of teenagers. And I'm like, hi guys, I'm going to ride this with you. Let's be friends. But I forgot how fun they are. Like they're so fast and smooth and they have launches. And then they had this one that I had no idea, but I watched it. It like launches you forward, but then it like doesn't get enough speed. And so you rock back and you go up like 60 feet and then it launches you again
Oh my
through
gosh.
this thing. But it like, you go back and forth through the loading platform. So I'm watching the train in front of me going, oh no.
Girl, I would not.
Oh, okay. But you can't get out of line. The teenagers will judge you.
Right. You're in it to win it at that point. There's no turning back.
But we rode some coasters in the dark. And then I must say, they only do it a couple nights a week. But Busch Gardens put on a firework and drone show after dark. It competes with Disney.
I saw some of the footage.
It was incredible.
The drone show, especially. I mean, that was
Incredible.
so cool.
So Disney, if you remember, had that drone show for like a brief period of time
Yeah.
over at Disney Springs.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. And I was hoping they were doing it so they could introduce it in the park. Because a lot of their international parks have those drone shows.
Yeah.
Like Paris has a phenomenal one. So I was hoping Disney was going to get those and they just never did. But this one was so stinking cool.
I'm jealous. I wish Disney had one.
It was very like patriotic because the 250th anniversary. So it was
Sure.
they had like the Blue Angels flying through drone style.
Cool.
And then they did a fireworks display at the end, which I think they were like, you know what? We only do this a couple nights a week, full send, because there were a lot. I mean, there was a lot of fireworks being shot off all at the same time. It was
I
really
love
cool.
that.
So,
Okay, so clearly this summer, if you're around, you need to go check out Busch Gardens.
yeah, it's very affordable compared to
Other theme
our
parks in
mouse down the
Florida.
street. So if you're in Tampa or even near Tampa just for a couple hours, go check it out. We had a really, really nice time. So I would 2 thumbs up. It was fun.
2 thumbs way, way up. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love
And
that.
and to tack on to what we're talking about today,
Yeah.
in the media day thing that I went to, they let you try a bunch of the foods. Ashlyn, they had
Oh.
a French onion empanada. So imagine French onion soup in an empanada and then fried.
Stop it.
And then they had a corn dog coated in ramen noodles.
What?
And those are actually like sold in the park too. So they let us try the foods they sell in the park. It was
Be still my heart.
French onion empanada. Who thought of that?
I am going to see if my husband can make that for me. That sounds chef's kiss. That sounds so good.
It tasted like, okay, so when he's making it, it tasted like they took the dough and they soaked it in French onion soup to like absorb all that flavor. And then on the inside was the cheese and the like caramelized onion and then fried the whole thing. So Sparky, get on it and then send me the recipe.
He has homework. I'm telling you what. He loves a good challenge in the kitchen, so this is really good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is really good. And this is a good segue into our topic today because we're back to talking about one of our favorite things, food, of course.
Clearly.
So today we are continuing our Disney dining series with arguably the most popular and beloved dining category in Walt Disney World, which is character dining.
Love it.
From Disney resorts to all 4 parks and beyond, there are character dining experiences to fit every vibe. Breakfast with Mickey Mouse, check. Lunch with Winnie the Pooh, a check. Dinner with Cinderella, also check. So let's dive into all that Walt Disney World has to offer when it comes to dining with your favorite characters. And I want to start this out, Liz, by giving our listeners a little overview of Disney World's 12 character dining locations, just so they know where they can find specific characters and what to expect as far as food and ambiance goes. So, Liz, you take the first 6, and then I will take the second group of 6.
You got it.
Get it, girl.
All right, so we are going to start with 1900 Park Fair because I just ate there, so we can talk about it. So 1900 Park Fair is in the Grand Floridian.
Yes.
It is open for breakfast and dinner, and it is buffet style. So in the morning, they have your standard. Most of the breakfast buffets look very, very similar. You've got your eggs, you've got your some sort of like corned beef hash or potato grits, things like that. You've got oatmeal with fruit. And then you always have a kids area that has waffles, bacon, sausage, that kind of stuff. So I will say there's one we'll talk about. There's one that has a little bit better breakfast, kind of edges you out in the breakfast. Actually, no, you're talking about that one. That edges out in the breakfast category because of their specialty breakfast item. But for the most part, breakfast buffets are going to look very similar. You may have 1 or 2 items on the buffet that are related to one of the characters in that you would meet. 1900 Park Fair, for example, I just went there for dinner. They also serve dinner. They have a gumbo that's Tiana's gumbo because one of the people you meet is Tiana. So they try to tie in some of the flair of who you are meeting. But if you're meeting Mickey Mouse, we don't really know what he eats. So, but anyways, 1900 Park Fair, you are going to meet 4 characters Occasionally one might call out sick and a different one comes in, but the main ones there are Aladdin, Cinderella, Mirabelle, and Tiana. And now this is not Tiana in the big flowing green gown. This is Tiana who's gotten to work and open in her Tiana's Palace restaurant. So she looks a little different, but she's got the voice and the southern drawl, and you just love her.
I have to say, I really love that mix of characters there.
I do too.
It's random, but it like works.
Well, and it's great because any age kid or even adult you take there's something for everybody. So it's not just a princess dining. If you take your son, Aladdin's there, dressed as Prince Ali, looking all cool. Mirabelle, who I feel like relates a lot better to just like the everyday common folk. She's not a princess. She's just a fun character, and hilarious character interactions with Mirabelle. So fun. But then they also do this thing at 1900 Park Fair that kind of gives them their theming. It's all around wishing. So Aladdin is dressed as Prince Ali because he wishes to be Prince Ali. Cinderella, we all know she wished to go to the ball and the fairy godmother came and granted her wish. Mirabelle, she wants the powers for her family. So and Tiana has her wish of owning her restaurant. So all the characters are kind of based around, they have this dream, this longing, this wish, and they actually give you a little card when you walk in and you write your wish on it, and they do a wish ceremony and you hold it up and Jiminy Cricket runs your wish ceremony. So it's really cute. Really sweet theming, and it's one that I will say very easy to get into as well, because it's not a high demand restaurant. So if you want to do a character dining, you're like, shoot, I didn't book any reservations, that's an easy one to get into. So now if we ride the monorail a little bit further, we're going to end up at the Contemporary, which has Chef Mickey's. Chef Mickey, I would say, is one of the most popular character dining meals on property.
Yep.
They do breakfast and dinner. They don't do lunch, just breakfast and dinner. And it is consistently sold out reservations for breakfast, and even a lot of times for dinner as well. If you don't make your reservations ahead of time, you might not get in there for dinner until 9 p.m. And if you get a breakfast one, it might be at like 7 in the morning. Right. So they're very, very popular. And it's because they have the Fab Five there. So when we talk about the Fab Five, you've got Mickey and Minnie, you've got Goofy, you've got Pluto, and you have Donald Duck. Those are the original characters of the Walt Disney World enterprise. Those are kind of the main hub of the parks. Yes, we've added in Donald has a girlfriend now. We've added in some of these other characters, but those are kind of like the main five. And you get to meet them all decked out in their chef outfits. So they're all dressed as different chefs. They come around, they dance, they sing, and they go around and talk to the tables. This one's also a buffet for breakfast and dinner. Personally, I prefer the dinner there. I've had the breakfast there. It's fun. It's cute because you can see the castle, the monorails coming through. But food-wise, I thought the dinner food was a much better value. I thought it tasted a lot better. Breakfast, again, it was just your simple like pancakes, waffles, and the price point of that one is very high. Mm-hmm. I just want better food if I'm paying that much money. So for me, that one for breakfast was kind of like a one and done, unless I'm being begged to go there. I don't know that I would do the breakfast again, but I did really, really like the dinner. Also, because you can walk there from Magic Kingdom, it's a great place to eat for dinner if you're at Magic Kingdom Park for the day and you just want to take a break. It's a 10-minute walk from the entrance of the park. So that's a really nice bonus. All right, so let's hop back on the monorail, but now we're going to take it and we're going to head over to Epcot to the Akershus Princess Storybook Dining, which I did for the first time, and I loved it so much. It was wonderful. It was beautiful. It was so great. They do a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is another one that is hugely popular, especially at breakfast time.
Yeah.
You got to book it. You got to book it in advance, or you have to be watching those reservations like a hawk, because you are not going to be able to walk up to that restaurant and say, hey, I'd like to eat here. It's just not going to happen. This is family style, so a little different than our buffets. They're going to bring you plates of food, which you can devour every morsel on it, or you can, take care of a little bit and then order more of what you like. But they will bring it all to the table. Everybody grabs off the plate. You order more as you like. The coolest thing about this restaurant, I think, is you never get the same experience twice unless you go every week. And that's because they have, I think it's 10 total princesses that rotate 5 at a time. So there are 5 princesses that will show up, and you don't know who they are until they play their kind of like walk up song and they walk into the dining room, and then you see your princesses. So you might see Cinderella, you might see Mulan, you might see Rapunzel, you might see Belle, you might see Ariel. It changes every time you go, where I just think that's so cool. You can meet different princesses no matter when you go. Little Miss Q went nutso because she'd hear the walk-up music, and it's always a take on one of their actual songs.
Yeah.
And she'd go, oh, it's Tiana. And sure enough, Tiana would come walking through, or, oh, that's Belle. And then Belle would come walking through. So that was a really fun experience for a princess lover, for sure. If you have a princess girly, that's the place to go.
Yes.
Okay, now let's see. We're gonna hop on the Skyliner from Epcot. We're gonna jump on the Skyliner, and we're gonna head over, and we're gonna make a pit stop now at the Riviera for my personal favorite, Topolino's Terrace.
Yeah.
This is on the top floor of the Riviera. It is bougie to the nines. Minnie Mouse is wearing a beret, and Donald is a starving artist, and it's fantastic. It is so much fun. You have Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Daisy there. They walk around, they dance. They're in their like Parisian starving artist outfits. And the thing I like about it is this is the only breakfast one that I've eaten at where it's not any sort of buffet or family style. It is 100% table service. So you look through the menu and you order steak and eggs Benny. You order an actual made to order meal, which to me, that is the value when it comes to breakfast dining, is something that you can order exactly what you want and you can get exactly what you want.
I agree. Yeah.
And fun trick, if you have a server that knows all the loopholes, which a lot of them do, they'll let you order like a side of pancakes with your giant meal. So you can get your steak and eggs, but you can also get a side of pancakes. There is a loophole. Not every server knows how to do it, but you can ask for it. But that one is, food wise, is one of the better ones because you can just get exactly what you want. But they do only do breakfast. I think breakfast cuts off at like 12:15 is the last breakfast brunch reservation you can get. And then they're closed till dinner. Dinner is not a character style. Dinner is just dinner. So now we're going to go back to our monorail. We're going to monorail on over to...
I love the monorail hopping.
Oh, not monorail. Great. We're on the Skyliner. Oh,
okay.
Oh, not the monorail. We are on the Skyliner. We're going to hop on the Skyliner over to Hollywood Studios, to Hollywood and Vine, which this one was just very recently updated. Yep. The character experience you get. They do breakfast, lunch, and dinner also. And now what they do, they call it mini seasonal dining, which is so stinking fun because you have the characters there. And this is the Fab Five again. But they change their outfits based on the season. And I think it's so stinking cute. We went at Christmas and they were all in their Christmas stuff. Goofy was dressed up like Santa Claus. Pluto had his little Christmas outfit on. It was so cute. If you go now in the summer, they've got these like beachy, like summer vibing, bright colored clothes, which is so cool. But it changes. So that's another one you can experience multiple times throughout the year and it'll look different.
Yeah.
It's also a buffet. They do, when I was there over Christmas, they did have churro waffles and I was a big fan.
They did.
I don't know if that was just, I'm going to have to go back and experiment. I don't know if that was just like I lucked out because it was Christmas, but they had them and they changed me.
Those are they're a hot commodity.
They are so good. Yeah. I don't know if it was just like they had them for the day because it's not really talked about Hollywood and Vine having them, but I distinctly remember getting them.
Interesting.
Yes. And then we have to take a bus because there's no other way to get to Animal Kingdom. But for the last of my half of the list is Tusker House. Tusker House is a breakfast, lunch, dinner. You have your Fab Five again, but now they're decked out in little safari outfits because you're in Africa. So they look like they're getting ready to lead the safari. They have their little hats, their little jackets. It's really, really cute. And arguably some of the best buffet food on property.
Hands down.
It is so stinking good.
Yeah.
We're thinking like bread and dips and butter chicken, and it's tasty. It is very, very tasty. Even breakfast had some really good like African style food it was the spices, it was just so good. So food, character wise, Tusker House, they know what they're doing.
Totally.
I very much enjoy. So that's my list. Okay. Over to you, Ash. What are the, let's go through the next 6. Go.
Okay. Well, we've got to get back on a bus now because we're going back to Magic Kingdom. And I'm going to start with the full fairy tale fantasy extravaganza. One of the most difficult dining reservations to score in Walt Disney World, and that is Cinderella's Royal Table. It is located inside of Cinderella's castle at Magic Kingdom. And truly it is, I mean, probably the most iconic character dining experience. It is just wildly popular. People are fighting to get in there all the time. It's crazy. I mean, you're literally dining inside of the castle while meeting Cinderella and other princesses. And the food is more upscale. With the prefix dining, the entire atmosphere just feels very elegant, very magical, straight out of a Disney movie, of course, because you're inside of a castle and there's princesses everywhere. And yeah, I mean, the whole ambiance is also just more on the upscale side of character dining. A lot of proposals happen here because the location just feels kind of more special than other locations. And you can get breakfast, lunch, and dinner here. All 3 are fabulous. I've never had a bad meal at the castle. Like, truly, I've never have. It just feels very, very special. And I love it so much. And I will say, Liz talked about Akershus in Norway. It is a very, very similar experience. So if you cannot get a reservation at Cinderella's castle, try for Akershus, because you're still technically in a castle and it's just a Norwegian like medieval castle instead of Cinderella's castle. And you still, sometimes you even get more princesses at Akershus than you do at Cinderella's Royal Table. So that's just a little hot take on that. So now we are going to, I guess, bus it over to the beach club.
No, you could stay in Magic Kingdom.
I could?
Yeah.
Oh, because I have Crystal Palace in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay, we can talk about Crystal Palace.
Yeah,
I was going to save that one. I was going to save that one for the last because it's like one of my favorites. But
okay, save it for last. No, you can save
fine.
it.
We're in Magic Kingdom. We'll just go straight over to Crystal Palace. But this is one of my absolute favorite places, and I think for me it's more of a nostalgia thing. But Crystal Palace. I talked a little bit about this during our mini cast 2 weeks ago. This is just, it's the perfect fit for families who love classic Disney nostalgia. It's located right off of Main Street in Magic Kingdom. So you're getting views of Main Street, views of the castle. Sometimes you're getting little views of a parade or whatever's going by. It's just, you're seeing all of the people walking into Magic Kingdom right there too. And then just the excitement. I just love that area. It's so great on Main Street, USA. And it's this bright Victorian greenhouse. Like that's the vibe of the restaurant. It's just very quintessentially Disney. It's a great spot to start your morning in Magic Kingdom. You can go there breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's buffet style. It's great. I just prefer breakfast there just because I just think it's just a fun way to start your day in Magic Kingdom. And you get to meet Winnie the Pooh and Tigger and Piglet and Eeyore. And the characters have a little parade every like hour or so where all of the kids can join in if they want to. It's their friendship celebration parade. It's just really sweet. And like I said, it's a buffet. The food is very like family friendly, sort of comfort foods. The atmosphere is just cheerful and relaxed, and it's just full of happy chaos in the best way possible. It's really cute. I love that one. So that's Crystal Palace. And then let's pop over, I guess we'll get on the monorail and we'll go over to Epcot from here. And we're going to go to the Garden Grill restaurant. Now, I have to say, I love the location of this restaurant. It is inside the Land Pavilion in Epcot. And what makes this one so cool, number one, it is a rotating restaurant, which you don't really find too often. So you sit down and you're actually rotating, the restaurant revolves around views of Living with the Land, which y'all know is one of my favorite attractions. I'm absolutely obsessed with this ride. So you can see different scenes of Living with the Land as you're sitting there eating, and the restaurant is rotating around. And you get to hang out with Chip and Dale, and then usually you'll see Pluto there, and Farmer Mickey is there. It is family style dining, which I think is really great. I actually do love a family style dining experience. And the food here feels very, very fresh to me. It's very it's almost, well, it's kind of farm to table, because a lot of the food actually comes from the produce, actually comes from the Living with the Land ride. So you're literally right there where they've just harvested this lettuce that, the salad on your plate literally came from Living with the Land 10 minutes ago. So that, I think, is a really, really cool thing. So that's Garden Grill. I love that one. It's really, really cute. And then we'll do the three different, I've got three resort character dining experiences here. So we'll go over to the Disney's Beach Club Resort, where you are going to find Cape May Cafe. This is another popular one. It's super cute. This is open for breakfast and dinner, but you can only see characters at breakfast, no characters at dinner. Personally, I think this is one of Disney's best character breakfasts in terms of just the vibe. It's very relaxed and very colorful. You're still getting that buffet experience that Liz talked about. It's pretty much almost the same everywhere you're going to go, but I just like the vibe here. So you're going to get Minnie, Daisy, Donald, and Goofy, and they are all in their little beach outfits, which is so cute. I love their little beach outfits. And you get to have your breakfast buffet loaded with your Mickey waffles and your pastries. And the vibe is just bright and light and coastal and airy. It's very much like you're on a New England vacation. And this one, along with the next two that I'm going to talk about, they're really great. Really, any character dining location that is at a resort, they're really great if you have a day that you want to spend out of the parks, but you still want to have that character experience. These are great for that. So another great location for that is Ohana at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. People love this one. I think this one is great. They're open for breakfast and dinner, but here again, you can only find the characters at breakfast. The best friends breakfast at Ohana, which features Lilo and Stitch and other friends. Sometimes you'll get Mickey and Pluto there as well. The food, I think, is absolutely fantastic here. It's just a giant feast of family style breakfast platters. And there is this tropical island vibe, tropical music, and there's this energy that is just, it makes everything feel super lively and fun. Now, I will say with this, and we'll talk more about Ohana in a later episode, but Liz can attest to this because she just experienced it firsthand.
Just getting warm thinking about it. It was so good.
Now, the character breakfast is great, but the real stunner at Ohana is dinner. I mean, it really is unreal. It's wildly popular.
Top three. Literal top three. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. The food is just so good. They're most famous for their noodles and their bread pudding, but literally everything they bring you in the absolute smorgasbord of dinner offerings is just, I don't think there's a bad thing there. I mean, everything is delicious. I tried to convince our server to give me a box so I could take all those pot stickers back with me because they were so good. So next time you go, you need to bring a little lunchbox with you. Just quietly
Can we
push
get
it off
more?
the table. This is a great idea. This is a
I
great
like
idea,
it.
actually. So yeah, dinner is fantastic. Again, no characters at dinner, but the food is utter perfection.
Sublime.
It's so good. And then the last one I have on my list here is I think one of the most underrated. We're going to move on to another resort. We're going to Disney's Wilderness Lodge. And here you're going to find storybook dining at Artist Point. Artist Point is the restaurant, and they have this storybook dining experience. This is a character dining experience that I really do think is on the DL so whimsical and so amazing. It might honestly be like the most underrated character meal. So first of all, you're basically walking into an enchanted forest, and Snow White, Dopey, Grumpy, and the Evil Queen are all there, which makes for some just incredible character interactions because you're putting Grumpy and the Evil Queen in the same atmosphere. You can only imagine what shenanigans are going to happen, right? So it's really fun. The character interactions are great. And let's see, it is dinner only, I think. Pretty sure, yeah, dinner only. And the food here is like this hearty comfort food. It's exactly the kind of food that you would expect for Snow White to be serving in her little cottage to all the dwarves. It's like stews and roasts. It's just yummy comfort food. Very hearty, very delicious. And this is another surprisingly kind of like elevated character dining experience. The atmosphere is very cozy and magical, and the whole thing just feels just a little bit more immersive and unique than your typical character dining location. So that's my 6. So now that we've talked about the character dining options, Elizabeth, travel with Liz. Now let's talk about logistics. So let's talk about reservations. Do you need a reservation for character dining? Are there possibly certain character dining experiences that are maybe harder to get reservations for? And also, if you can touch on a little bit about how the Disney dining plan works with character dining.
Absolutely.
Get it.
So most of these character dining, with the exception of a couple, they're not going to be too hard to get a reservation, provided you do it early. So I will say the bulk of them, if you are sitting on your trip going, man, I'd really like to do a character dining tomorrow, you're going to be hard pressed to find one. There are a couple that tend to have more availability. Cape May is one of them that every now and then you can find. Some Crystal Palace for lunchtime you can sometimes find. And then a lot of them, like I said, you can find early morning, late night, things like that. But for some of these really popular ones, especially the ones located in the parks, it's going to be very tough to get those reservations. Cinderella's Royal Table, if you don't book that ahead of time, you're probably not getting it at all ever, because Cinderella's Royal Table will also ask you to pay in advance for your meals. So when you make your dining reservation, you pay for everyone. All of these character dinings, except I believe Topolino's, you pay one set price per adult, one set price per child.
Yep.
And that's just what you pay, and you get whatever you want to get. Cinderella's Royal Table will actually ask you to pay for your meals in advance, which means you can cancel, but very difficult to modify, make changes, things like that. Similarly, all of them will require you to put a credit card down when you make your reservation. If you don't show up, they'll charge you. I think it's like $10 a person. But that's, again, there's such a high demand for them. This is just to avoid people booking them. Oh, I guess we'll see, and then not showing.
Right.
Your really big ones are going to be Cinderella's Royal Table. I would say that's probably number one hardest reservation to get. Chef Mickey's, especially for breakfast. Mm-hmm. A lot of these breakfast ones are a little trickier. Crystal Palace, Chef Mickey's, because a lot of people want to start their day with a character dining before heading into the Magic Kingdom. That's a very popular trend. So Chef Mickey's, Ohana, Crystal Palace, all of those are going to be a little bit more difficult to get into for breakfast. When you look at their lunch or dinner offerings, sometimes it's a little easier to get them. And then a lot of these like off the beaten path resort ones, not too difficult to get reservations, again, ahead of time, sometimes even a week to 5 days out. You can find Cape May. A lot of times you can find Storybook Dining at Artist Point pretty close to your actual dining date. Tusker House is another one for dinner that you can find those pretty often. Hollywood and Vine, I can find one for right now if I wanted to. That's probably the least busy character dining, and you get to meet so many cool characters. So
Yeah.
I will say there are some that if you don't make them at that 60-day mark, which again, if you use a travel agent, we will do it for you. We will be up at 6 a.m. reserving your Cinderella's Royal Table for 7 people at the exact time you want it, because that's just what we do. But there are several that you'll be able to book a lot closer to your actual dining date without any issue. If you're saying, I just want to do a character dining, I don't care which one it is, and you kind of want to wait and play it by ear, you're going to be able to find a character dining on property somewhere. So it's not like you have to book it ahead of time or you're never eating character dining, but there are going to be those ones that if you don't book it at that 60-day, maybe 59 days, if you're lucky, you're not going.
Yeah. There's a lot of, if you snooze, you lose bookings.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Anytime there's a princess involved, except for Artist Point, and even Artist Point, it's going to sell out, but it's just going to sell out a little later in that timeline than like Akershus. Now there are several websites. They're not free. You pay for a membership that will alert you when people cancel and a dining reservation pops up, because if Ashlyn had a reservation, she canceled it, it goes back into inventory. I can snag it, but I'm telling you, people are ferocious with those tracking sites where that reservation is sitting in inventory for 30 seconds. I've seen them, clicked them, and they're gone.
Yeah.
30 seconds after I get the alert. So there are some that it's cutthroat to get them. But again, I think if you prioritize like the characters you want to meet, then you can kind of prioritize how to make those reservations. And if dining in the castle is like, yes, we have to do this, then that's going to be the first reservation you make. You're going to make that at your 60-day mark, super early, and then, like I said, if you're just, I really would like to do a character dining just to experience it, then maybe you can wait and kind of see logistically which one makes the most sense for you. So yes, you need a reservation. Very few will have walk-ups. Some will, but just make your life easier and plan out ahead of time. And Disney's really great with dining, where I would say 95% of the restaurants, maybe even more, they allow you to cancel your reservation right on your phone up to that 2 hours before mark. And a lot of them, if you go to the host at the restaurant and say, hey, we're just not feeling it, our daughter's going crazy, we need to go back to the room, they'll say, we'll take care of it, and they'll just cancel it for you. So Disney's very flexible, and they understand how life with a theme park vacation is. So they're very flexible. So I would say make the reservation. If you need to make a change, then you make the change. But it's kind of like that ask forgiveness, not permission lifestyle I live my life by. So
it's always better to have it. It's always
exactly right. It's always better to have that safety net and not need it. But tell us, Ash, why character dining? Why do we suggest that for clients? And what are some of the perks of doing a character dining experience?
So character dining is number one of all of the different dining experiences that you can have in Disney World. It is one of the most immersive dining categories in terms of the ambiance. When you walk into these locations, when you walk into Cinderella's castle, I mean, you can't tell me that I am not in a legit castle somewhere having dinner with princesses. It is very immersive. When you walk into Storybook Dining, or when you walk into Tusker House, like when I'm in Tusker House, you can't tell me I'm not in Africa eating the best African food I've ever had. Like, so just overall, the dining experience in general, even if you take the characters out of it, they're all very immersive dining experiences. And they're doing what Disney does best, which is they're telling a story in this venue that you're in. And of course, they're all tied to the characters that you're meeting. One of the coolest things about character dining is that you get to sit down and meet multiple characters without having to stand in line, without having to use a lightning lane. When you are out and about in the parks, you are sometimes waiting in a long line to see characters. And sometimes, like if you're wanting to meet Mickey Mouse in Magic Kingdom, you're waiting 45 minutes or you're using a lightning lane to meet Mickey Mouse. Like it's much easier to go to one location and sit down and kick your feet up and relax in the middle of the day and enjoy a meal while the characters just walk right over to you and you can have that interaction there. And you're also getting to meet some rare characters in some of these character dining locations that you wouldn't necessarily be able to meet elsewhere. For example, when you go to Ohana, you're getting to meet Lilo. You don't find Lilo around very often. Storybook dining, you get to meet Dopey and Grumpy, and you might see them in a parade once in a while, but you don't necessarily get to meet them out and about around the park. Aladdin in his Prince Ali outfit, same. Like you're not seeing that Prince Ali outfit around. So you get to meet some of these rare characters at dining locations that you wouldn't necessarily get to see elsewhere or meet elsewhere. The other thing that's really great is that you get this more personal focused attention from the characters. Your interactions are going to be longer, they're going to be a lot calmer, and you are going to feel like you have more time. You do have more time with the characters than you do if you're just out in the parks waiting in line. Because what happens is when you're out in the parks waiting in line, there's 50 people behind you and you're hurrying your kid up. You're like, we got to go, we got to go. And there's kids screaming behind you, waiting for their turn. And it kind of gets very chaotic very quickly. And you don't have the time to really sit there and take in that interaction and have that moment. And it's creating these just like core memory moments where you have these longer lasting hugs with characters, where you can even get up and dance around with characters and they just spend more time with you, where you can have these parades with characters like in Crystal Palace. It's that much more memorable and magical as opposed to being hurried through a line so someone else can see the character behind you. And like I said, you get to sit there while all of this is happening. So you get this built-in downtime to relax and to get some food while you're also ticking these character meet and greets off of your list, which frees up more time for you when you're around the park. Oh, we've already met Mickey Mouse. We don't have to go stand in that line to wait to meet Mickey Mouse again. And you've got great food in these locations also. We talked about how good some of this food is at Garden Grill, Ohana, Topolino's. There's some really great food. So remember, this is not just for kids either. I mean, you think about character dining, Disney does vacations for multi-generational families. So they want to make sure that yes, you're there for the characters, but the food is also really, really good. And it's just, they're impactful for kids, they're impactful for celebrations, they're very impactful for first-time visits when you're bringing the littles. So character dining is just great. It's great. And there's a lot of perks to it. You're relaxing, you're meeting all these characters, you're getting these longer, more personal interactions. They're amazing. So we love a good character dining around here.
I do. Well, and to kind of tack on to what you said too, you get to meet so many characters in about an hour's time. If you've been kind of listening to us talk about these lines you have to wait in, not only do you have to wait in that 45-minute line to meet Mickey Mouse, but if you want to meet Minnie and Daisy and Goofy and Pluto and whoever else, you have to go clear to the other side of the park to meet those people. So it's not just the quality of the interaction, which is phenomenal. There's no way to state how awesome those interactions are at the character dinings, but the sheer quantity of characters you get to meet in a short amount of time, to me, worth every penny.
Absolutely. So I have a hypothetical for you.
Okay.
If you had your druthers, if you were an Imagineer and you were creating a new restaurant in Disney World, a new character dining experience, which Disney character or like group of characters do you wish had their own character dining experience?
Okay. I'm going to talk about my selfish one that I want. That will never happen because the movie was wildly unpopular as far as like, I love it. It's my favorite movie of all time, but it's never going to get the character dining I want. So I have always said, I think it would be really cool if in the UK pavilion at Epcot, they had a Robin Hood and Friends dining.
Okay, stop right there.
You have Robin Hood, you have Maid Marian, you have Little John, you have Cluck, maybe you have, I don't know. I want it so bad. I think it would be fabulous there. I love that movie and those characters so much. I used to watch that movie every single day growing up, and I just think it would be really great.
You need to stop right now because that my husband and I, that's one of our favorite movies.
It's my all-time favorite.
It was so good. Okay.
So that is my unrealistic one that Disney won't make because it wasn't a popular enough movie. But on a similar note, in the UK pavilion, I want a Peter Pan dining experience. With Peter and Tink and Wendy, maybe some Lost Boys. I think it would be whimsical. I think Tink walking around and sassing up tables would be just an absolute blast. And there's not many places to meet Tinkerbell anymore. There
really isn't.
They've kind of removed her from meet and greets, which is so sad.
She's so popular.
She's so funny. And I've had a few interactions with Peter Pan, and they've always been so fun. He's so funny and quirky. And I just think that in a dining experience, do it with some bangers and mash and some fish and chips, and I think it would be spot on.
Can you imagine a Neverland themed restaurant?
It would be great. It would be great.
Who do we have to send a letter to make this happen? This is genius.
That's the realistic one I feel like Disney could actually do and make a lot of money on.
They could totally do that.
Robin Hood then make a lot of money on us, and that's probably it.
We'd be going there
all the time. I'd go there every trip. I'd go there.
The Sherwood Forest dining.
The Sherwood Forest Cafe. Oh, I would love it.
It would be so cute. Okay. So I have like a couple here that are coming to my mind. Number one, and this is one like yours, I just don't think it will ever happen. Despite the fact that I think the film is pretty legitimately successful. Hercules.
Oh, I love Hercules.
I feel like a Grecian restaurant with Herc and Phil and Hades and Megara walking around would be great. And then having like the muses like doing a show on the stage or something.
Dun, 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 dun.
They'd be so much fun.
I'd go.
It'd be so much fun. I would like a Greek pavilion in Epcot if we could make that happen. I would really like to make that happen. And then I would also like to lobby, since they are currently working on it right now. This is my official plea. The new Villains Land.
Yes.
Because we know there's going to be a restaurant there.
Villains dining.
Yes. I need all of the villains, just like a princess dining experience, but with the villains. This is what I need in my life.
That has to be what they're doing. Like, they've got to know.
They haven't announced it at all.
Well, maybe they're trying to keep it a secret. Disney,
fingers crossed. It would be so good.
Epic.
I also would like Mr. Remy here.
I
would like Remy to come back because I don't know if you remember, they had right after Ratatouille came out in the France Pavilion at Chefs de France there, the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
They had a little cart, like a little bar cart that they would push around with cheese on top of it. And there was an animatronic Remy who popped out and like hung out with people around the restaurant.
Well, there is in Disneyland Paris, they have that.
Yeah.
They have the Bistro Chez Remy.
Yeah.
And it's like that where it's like, it's not specifically Ratatouille, but it is. Like it is.
Like, it totally is.
It's so fun. Like, it's so fun. I walked in there. We didn't eat there, but I walked in there. I was like, oh, this is Disney could do that, because Chef de France is not that good.
Yeah, I feel like it used to be better.
I think so too. Agreed.
I feel like it used to be better. I
It's
still go there.
I do too, but so we got it. We have to do it because we do it every time we talk about things in Disney. When we
Okay,
talk
let's do
about
it.
categories, we're gonna go 2 favorites. 2. You only get 2. I gave you 2, so
all
no
right.
extras.
Okay.
And the overrated one.
You are such a drill sergeant about this.
Well, if I tell you 1, you're gonna say 2. If I tell you 2, you're gonna say 3. So you get 2.
I'm doing 2.
Cutting you off.
All right, Coach Liz, I got this. Okay, so I think it's no surprise to anyone that Crystal Palace is going to be on the top of my list. Like I said, it's a very nostalgic place for me. I grew up going there with my family quite frequently. My grandparents and I used to love that spot together. I am a huge Winnie the Pooh fan also. Like, I just love those Winnie the Pooh characters. They are so just comfortable and cozy to me, and it's just such a whimsical experience. And like I said, I love going there at breakfast, because for me it's like just a nice leisurely way to start your day in Magic Kingdom. If you're not rope dropping and trying to like go, I love the vibe of going in for breakfast at Crystal Palace and getting my Mickey waffles, giving Pooh Bear a hug, and then going on my merry way. I just think it's it's that quintessentially Disney restaurant, dude. I love it so much. My second one is going to be Tusker House at Animal Kingdom. And while I do love meeting Mickey and the gang there and all of their safari outfits, which are some of my favorite outfits that they wear, while I do love that, what I really go there for is the food. I think the food there, we talked about this earlier, the food is ridiculous. They have a legit African spread for you. It is, that buffet is so good. The tandoori chicken, the curry shrimp.
Tandoori chicken.
Yes, dude. That, like, the Doro Wat, which is that like chicken stew that they have, couscous, beef tagine, like the list goes on and on and on. The food is so good. I cannot overstate that enough. It's delicious. And then the ambiance I love in there too. You do feel like you're in like this African market when you walk into that buffet area, which is really cool. The most overrated, I am going to like speak very strongly on this. So I apologize to anyone I'm about to offend right now. Hollywood and Vine. I think the environment in there is so cold. They have those like metal chairs. It looks like an old Steak and Shake or like an old Denny's in the absolute worst way possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, now I haven't been there. It's probably been 5 years since I've been there. Last time I was there, the food was utter trash. Like, the food was absolute trash. So for me, Hollywood and Vine is an absolute no-go. Now, Liz, your turn, and then we're going to turn it over to the survey.
Ooh, love the survey. Okay, so one of my favorites is also Tusker House.
Get it.
For same reason. The food, yes, the characters are marvelous, but the food. It's just
so good.
You can't stop going back to that buffet for more. It doesn't matter what meal you go there. It's phenomenal. All of that food. So I gotta throw it to you on that one. My second favorite, and this is purely because they have one dish that I am obsessed with and I want to eat it every day of my life. It's Topolino's, because their eggs Benny. Oh, I love it so much. I dream about it. I think about it when I'm not there. I wonder if it's thinking about me. And you get that eggs Benny with the side of the sour cream waffles, or not the waffle, sour cream pancakes, and it's amazing. I love it. So, and I do like the little bougie, cute little outfits. And all that
love
too.
their
I love Minnie and her beret. Minnie and her beret. I want to channel. That is, tell me that's not Sarah Jessica Parker, Carrie Bradshaw newspaper Prada dress, or Christian Dior dress. Her Christian Dior newspaper dress. That's Minnie Mouse.
Yeah, she is a fashion icon, and we all know it.
I love it. So yeah, that's my favorites. And then my overrated one, I might get hate for it too. Breakfast at Chef Mickey's.
Yeah.
I think it is the biggest waste of money.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, it's cute, but if I want to see the monorail, I'll just go to the Contemporary and save myself $60.
Yeah.
It's just
Or
it's
go to
one of the-
Ohana. You're right there.
well, and it's one of the most expensive character dining breakfasts you can
Yeah.
have, and it's just kind of like it's Holiday Inn buffet breakfast. It's not anything special. And yes, the characters are cute, but it's so busy in there and so
Mhm.
loud and so overstimulating
I
that
was going to say.
I just think that one's very overrated. I agree with Hollywood and Vine also, but I think that one's very low rated. So I don't know how you can overrate it when I think
Well,
it's
that's true. I
it's
guess
pretty-
I'll say Hollywood and Vine is just my least favorite, but I
it's
will
where
agree
it
with you.
belongs in the rating.
Yeah. Yeah. Way
yeah.
down at the bottom.
Chef Mickey's, I did like their dinner. I thought you got good value for the food at dinner, but breakfast is, I think, such a ripoff there.
I do think one of the worst things about it, like you said, is the noise level.
Yes.
Because you are not inside like an enclosed restaurant space. You are inside the main concourse there, the grand concourse of the Contemporary. So it's this
Yes.
giant cavernous space, and it is loud.
Chaos and loud, and I don't like it. So, yep, that's my overrated.
All
Did
right,
it,
well,
saw it, got the t-shirt.
Let's see if our fellow travel agents agreed or disagreed with us.
These make me nervous every time because we're always in the wrong, apparently.
No, we're in the right. I think everyone else.
Yes.
No shade. No shade.
No
Okay.
shade.
So here's what our fellow travel agents had to say about their favorite and least favorite character dining experiences. Do you want their favorites or least favorites first?
I want favorites. I want to
Okay.
start on a high note.
So I'm going to start with number 5, Cinderella's Royal Table, which was surprising to me that it didn't rate higher, but okay.
It's expensive. That's probably
Yeah. And also difficult to get into. So if
Yeah.
you're not right on top of it, yeah. Number 4, we had a 3-way tie, which has literally never happened before. 1900 Park Fair, Akershus, and Cape May. Number 3 was Crystal Palace. Number 2, Tusker House. And number 1, I don't think this is a surprise, Topolino's.
Oh, love it. Yes. Good job, fellow travel agents.
Good job.
You got it right this time.
We agree with you. We agree with you.
If Hollywood and
now-
Vine was on that list, I was going to throw up.
Oh, I would have just slammed my laptop shut right now and walked away. Like, we're done with this episode.
It's over. Thanks
It's
for
over.
coming. Bye.
Okay, so now we have their least favorites or their most overrated. Number 5, number 5 is Ohana.
I could see that. If you're not a Lilo and Stitch person, though.
I guess that's true. But
you're
don't
s-
book that. If you're not a Lilo and
Yeah,
Stitch person, don't book
exactly.
Ohana. Number 4, 1900 Park Fair.
Both lists.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Here's another one on both lists. Cinderella's Royal Table.
Huh.
Yeah. Number 3 is Cinderella's Royal Table for overrated.
Okay.
It is a very expensive meal. So if you didn't get like a really great experience out of it,
Yeah.
then I could see being cranky about it. Number 2 is Hollywood and Vine,
Where
And
she
no-
belongs.
where she belongs, and number 1 is Chef Mickey's.
Boom. Yes.
So we did rate with the rest of our
We are
our
somewhat
agents
normal.
here. We are somewhat normal. All right. Do we have time for a magical mailbag, Liz?
Let's do one because we got one. So we got a couple, but let's do one.
All right. Let's do It's time for magical mailbag.
Ooh, that was good.
It's the magical mailbag. This is where we answer the questions you've sent to us via DM on Instagram. And Liz, I'm going to send this one over to you. Is that cool?
Yeah, bring it on.
All right. So this is from Laura C. in West Virginia. And she says, we are planning a family reunion trip with about 40 people. Girl. Would you suggest a Disney cruise or Disney World, or should we consider an all-inclusive somewhere in the U.S.?
Laura, those all sound like fabulous ideas for a
Yeah.
family of 40. That is a big group. All three of those options, I think, give a lot of variety for all ages. When you're specifically looking at family reunions, the biggest challenge is how do we entertain grandma and grandpa all the way down to great grandchild number 14 that is 2 years old. um, to me, Disney World or Disney Cruises both allow that sort of variety for age groups. Yes, all inclusives are wonderful. I've stayed at some fabulous ones. However, the bulk of them are going to be beach, bar, food, and that's kind of what you do. They have some excursions and things like that, but overall, not a lot of variety when it comes to things to do once you are on the trip. When we talk about a cruise, any cruise really, I wouldn't say just Disney cruise, any cruise or Disney World, there's a lot of things for all different age groups to accomplish. Um, Depending on the ages of those 40 people, I think will steer you in which direction you want to go. We've said 1,000 times on this podcast, Disney World spans all generations. So that is going to have lots of variety. Keep in mind, when we talk about vacation, we don't technically talk about Disney World as much of a relaxing vacation. That is a trip where you are go, 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 go. You are doing lots of things. You're on your feet. It's long days. It's late nights. It's early mornings. So if your age group is really two years old up to 85, Walt Disney World might be a little strenuous on you for a family vacation. A Disney cruise specifically, or really any cruise, but really a Disney cruise for those big families, they're a blast. I've got to say, we did one with not 40, but we did one with 15 family members, and we had a riot because everybody has something they can do. And the cruises naturally have something where you reconvene at the end of the day and everybody's kind of with each other, spending time as a group, as a family at those dining or show experiences at the end of the night. That was the best when my family did it, where during the day, if it port day, sea day, whatever was going on, the older kids were in the kids club. They were hanging out with the other kids. The younger girls were at the pool with the moms. The boys were playing trivia in the adults only section. I think my husband was in the gym working out or something like that. The grandmas went to the spa. Like, there were things during the day that everyone could do that was on their schedule, things that they wanted to do. And then at the very end of the day, we all sat down and had our dinner together, where we weren't all at the exact same tables, but we were all near each other. So you have those built-in family experiences. And I gotta say, when you have a big group like that on a ship, I saw it on the Destiny tour. There was a group, they said there was about 50 of them. They all had matching shirts. And everywhere we went, once the guests started to board, we saw this shirt. We saw these people running around, and we're like, man, you guys are everywhere. So I think a cruise with a big group is just such a wonderful way for everybody to experience something fun that they want to do, but also with that built-in family time. And even better, there's photographers everywhere. So you can capture these moments of family time, and you don't have to rely on Grandpa Burrows to get out his camera and try to take a snapshot of the family. That's my grandpa's name, by the way. You have a photographer that says, hey, you guys want to get a group shot, and you do it together. So cruise would be my go-to, unless it's a younger group of 40 and you want to brave Disney World. That's going to be kind of the same thing, where you have a lot of individual stuff, but then you can make it a point to reconvene at the end or have a pool day together or whatever it is. So, but I'm going to go with cruise.
I like that. I think that's a really good call. Plus, kids clubs. Y'all can drop your kids off
clubs.
And
free babysitting.
The adults can go have their, own special time and hang out without all the kids running around. And the kids will have a great time too. So.
And they won't even know that the adults are having fun without them, because they're having a Madden tournament in the vibe hangout. Just saying. So that's what I'm going with, Laura.
All right.
Call me when you're ready to start planning.
Disney cruise it is. And that, my friends, wraps up Magical Mailbag.
Magical mailbag.
And remember, if you have any questions or topics that you would like us to cover on the show, DM them to us on Instagram for a chance to have them featured on future episodes. And that is our show, folks. Be sure to follow and subscribe to Dreams and Destinations on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And remember, we are now dropping new episodes weekly at our new time, Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come back and see us next week for more.
And if you don't already, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Dreams and Destinations Podcast. And don't forget to follow A Dream and a Wish Travel Co. on social media, including our brand new Facebook page.
Yes.
You can visit our agency website or any of our Instagrams to request a vacation quote, and the links, as always, are going to be in the show notes. So thank you for listening, and don't forget to tune in next week as we celebrate the big 4-0 for this girl.
Woo!
And talk about the adult side of Disney World.
See you
Ta-ta
there.
for now.
Stamps in our passports, laughter, rats on dancing through airports. The journey goes on. Travel tips with